Sitges is a coastal town 35 kilometres from Barcelona, with the Mediterranean Sea to one side and the Garraf Massif mountain range to the other. It boasts over 2 miles of stunning blue flag beaches across its main resort alone. Its historic town has a very lively bar and restaurant scene, and it has one of the country's top golf courses. It's very pretty, very fun and very gay, being considered the LGBT tourist capital of Europe. Sitges is in the autonomous Catalonian region of Spain, a place with its own history, culture and dialect, often incorporating French and Italian phrasing. We stayed at the Sunways Playa Golf and Spa Hotel on the residential side of the coast of Sitges. We had a self-catered apartment that was sea view and also overlooked the Sitges golf course, which the hotel also serves. It was a very nice room with 3 balconies, one in every room. The hotel had 2 pools, 3 restaurants and a mini mart. It's a very nice hotel. Sitges originally existed as 2 separate villages until they were absorbed by the Romans. In more modern history, the town has been shaped by migration in and out of Cuba. The combination of Latin and Mediterranean influences has given Sitges an identity that's unique. Sitges' jewel on the crown is the Church of St Bartholomew and St Thelke. Sitting proudly on the coastline, it's an iconic symbol of the town. Built in 1672, it's still a working church, taking service on Sundays and acting as the epicentre of the town's religious festivities. Just behind the church, in buildings equally as grand, are the former homes and studios and now museums to artist Santiago Rossignol and collector Charles Deary. Major influences on the Sitges art scene and ethos, most well known for its counterculture attitude during the 1960s and Spain's fascist dictatorship. Sitges' love affair with art is written all over the coastline, which is peppered with fantastic public sculptures. So just at the other side of this little palm tree area, we found a great little cafe called Cafe Berlin, which we think was vegetarian organic, because it seemed to be. We had some oat milk frappes and a crepe. It was very cute, and the proprietor saw Jodie, this sort of other side of middle-aged hippie woman, and told Jodie how much she loved the style, and was talking about how she was a massive punk back in Berlin back in the 80s and 90s. So Jodie's got a brand new hero now. But yes, a very cool little cafe. La Hora del Vermut, or Vermouth Hour, is the Catalan social custom of enjoying a simple vermouth cocktail with a light snack between lunch and dinner, traditionally with anchovies and olives. To truly elevate your La Hora del Vermut, however, you should hit up a Pintos bar, which is like a tapas buffet where you help yourself to a range of bite-sized snacks on a stick and pay at the end of your meal.
El Cable is a Sitges institution. Opened in 1940 by the Andrew family as a very successful bar and hostel. They changed direction in 2003 and opened the now award-winning tapas restaurant. It's casual, modern and very trendy. Doors open at 7 p.m, and if you're not seated by 7:15, expect queues out the door.
So today is Jodie's birthday. Happy birthday, babe! So we've been a little bit extra, and we are booked a night in Barcelona on top of our stay in Sitges. So we've got just a little
boutique hotel room for the night. It's all very smart and modern, as is the bathroom. Hi babe!
It's important to mention that currently a lot of popular tourist destinations around the world, including Barcelona, are going through a reckoning. Anti-tourism movements are emerging in reaction to public funds disproportionately supporting travel and tourism, with the needs and infrastructure for local residents being ignored. Every year, more and more property is bought up as holiday lets and second homes, inflating the cost of the remaining housing and pushing locals further and further away to places receiving little attention from the government or their money. It's also an issue for businesses and industries that cater and serve local residents, as they are becoming a smaller percentage of the population and footfall. Knowing this, we attempted an ethical visit to Barcelona, avoiding the overly tourist locations and seeing what else the city had to offer. However, with only a day to do so, we struggled to find the city's hidden charms outside of the places for which it's become so popular, leaving us feeling very sympathetic to the anti-tourism movement and the Barcelonans who are struggling to live in their own city. One of the real draws to the city is its famous architecture, from its medieval Gothic old town to the infamous Catalan Art Nouveau of the late 1800s to the early 1900s, and the genius who led it, Antoni Gaudí. His greatest work, and arguably the city's jewel in the crown, La Sagrada Familia, a grand cathedral he envisioned in 1883, a vision so expansive that work continues to this very day. Our main reason for visiting Barcelona, however, could not disappoint. Varennes, a Michelin-recommended restaurant based at the exclusive Almanac Hotel, is world-renowned for its plant-based menu. We were treated to a 12-course tasting menu with specially selected accompanying wines, enjoying veggie creations as well as locally sourced seafood dishes. The highlight was a tiramisu, miraculously made from artichoke and black garlic, but tasting just like the Italian dessert.
So at 9:30 in the morning, it's already how warm? 28 degrees. And we are heading to the harbour for a boat trip. Assuming we make it on time, which I'm fairly sure we will now we've caught this.
Wiley Brewery is a craft brewery based in Barcelona, but they have a great little tap room in Sitges. It's a little bit off the beaten path, a little bit out of the touristy areas and more into the residential area, but well worth the trip. Very cool bar. La Vignetta is a more traditional wine and tapas bar, and although we weren't trusted to understand the full wine menu, we are more than happy with the house offerings. The tapas is also fantastic, although Jodie's favourite part would have definitely been the bread dipped in tomato, oil and garlic.
Sitges is a festival town. Every year it plays host to a range of events such as Pride, an annual tapas competition, and even a horror film festival. Every year for the Christian holiday of Corpus Christi, the streets are turned into carpets of flowers, traditionally to honour the holy sacraments that would be paraded through them. Great care is taken in preserving and enjoying the arrangements over the weekend. They are not designed to last forever, and soon all that remains are the chalk outlines of the designs. Another element of the celebration is the parade of papier-mâché giants through the streets. Unfortunately, we missed this tradition. But one thing we certainly didn't miss was San Juan. San Juan is the Catalonian summer equinox, the longest day of the year. It is believed that as the sun has spent the longest time at the highest point in the sky all year, when it sets that evening it needs to be reignited in a celebration of fireworks, swimming under moonlight and music. In the church calendar, the date is considered to be the birthday of St. John, hence San Juan. A special kind of cake is even enjoyed to celebrate his birthday, but this time we didn't get to try it. The day after San Juan is a public holiday, so people can sleep off their hangovers.
San Joan! Where are you? Babe, what did I say about Dragon Ball in Spanish speaking countries? It's very popular. Did you believe me when I said that?
Espero que hayáis descansado. Nunca imaginé que me sacrificaría por otros. Me gusta lo humano que parece. Número 17 se sacrificó para proteger a Goku y a Vegeta, y así les dio una nueva oportunidad para la victoria.
So I've cooked dinner tonight. Made us a paella. which we're having with a selection of cheeses and this tomato and bread thing that we now know we like because we had it at the tapas place, and a bottle of white wine. How's the paella? Paella.
Very good.
Good, I'm glad.
So when we were out in the town yesterday, we found a little pizzeria and bakery that did empanadas, and they did many different kinds. And there was some in the window that clearly said spicy beet. It was a T, and it wasn't an F, it said spicy beet. So I assumed it was some kind of spicy beetroot one. So I asked for a couple of them, and then got into an argument with the guy about whether they were beef or beet. Anyway, turns out they were beef, so I had to go with the 4 cheese instead. But it's very nice. Although spicy beet would be better, but apparently it doesn't exist.
On our holiday, we enjoyed a wine tasting tour, which took us to 2 very different vineyards just outside Sitges. Riiiight Tornay is a very traditional winery, family owned for generations. They use a traditional method to produce Spanish sparkling wine, cava. They add additional yeast and sugar to the wines, creating a second fermentation within the bottle, which creates the bubbles after resting for 2 years. Cava is named for the cellars, or caves, where it is kept. In France, sparkling wine is champagne, and in Italy, prosecco. Canleo is a very modern winery, creating organic wines never seen before, like reds that are light to be enjoyed in the sun, and heavier, darker whites with bigger flavours. They also produce cava, but use the ancestral method developed by the monk Dom Perignon, bottling the wine at the sweet spot during the first fermentation when the bubbles are still present.